I want to be a part of something that's bigger than myself, that really protects the freedoms that this country provides. My final rank in the Navy was Lieutenant Commander. I never thought that I would make it this far in the Navy. I grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida. Grew up there with my mom, grandfather as well. I was an only child to a single mother growing up. I could tell that she made a lot of sacrifices in the background without really saying much to get me to the point where I had an opportunity to go to college. As the first person to go to college in my family, that really spoke volumes about the example she was setting for me when we were applying to colleges, and I was thinking through what I wanted to do with my life. The one that stood out to me was the U.S. Naval Academy. I wanted to give back to this country that gave so much to me. I'm at Walter Reed, and the doctor's coming in, and he says, "Hey, I'm not sure if you're expecting this news, but you've been diagnosed with late-stage cancer." The cancer had metastasized throughout my entire body, and specifically it was, in my lungs, in my chest, behind my heart, in my abdomen. Based on the prognosis, based on if my body were to respond to the treatment or not, the best estimate was you have 12 months left to live. And at 20 years old, there aren't words that can describe the impact it has, but it's pretty tough. I realized that the person I wanted to be was known as going down swinging. I was gonna fight till the last moment and give it everything I have, because I still had some bigger dreams. Like, I wanted to raise my own family one day. I wanted to continue to get to my ultimate dream, was to serve my country. I wasn't gonna let cancer define that story for me. Graduation day was one of the best moments of my life. Walking across the stage and holding that diploma, it was a rush of emotion. And the next chapter, I was commissioned as an intelligence officer in the U.S. Navy. So I was in D.C. for about 3.5 years. The doctors gave me kind of a 5-year milestone of being declared cancer-free. And so I put in my application for one of the jobs that had been in my heart for a long time, and it was to drive ships as a surface warfare officer. I'd just gotten the letter approving me to go surface warfare, and it was literally that day that I had a checkup and the cancer had returned. And now there was a large mass behind my esophagus, and it was devastating for me personally. I could see this dream job just flash away from me in a second. This time I took a different approach on it. There's this famous saying in the military. It's at the Naval Academy, there's a big flag, it's "Don't give up the ship." It's from the War of 1812. And the motto is less about the ship itself, but it's never giving up on the things you believe in and the people beside you. When I went into salvage chemotherapy that fall, I had that flag behind me every day in treatment. And whenever I had family and friends visit, I would ask them to sign it, because that flag was with me through all of the tough moments. I got through salvage chemotherapy successfully and then went into surgery that fall. And then the doctors once again said, "Okay, you're cleared to go." A fun fact is, managed to sail across 25 seas and 4 oceans. I had a sense of pride that if you really put your mind to something and you dig deep and you really think about how you can serve others, that really provides the magic for you to break through those barriers. And I look back, and those were some of the best years I had in the Navy, being alongside my sailors, being on these really tough missions. And it's kind of surreal looking back on it, to be honest. I had gone the past 8 years, 7.5, 8 years with absolutely clean bill of health. Things are going exceptionally well. And I go in for a routine checkup, and it's late October 2022, and I find out that there's a mass behind my heart. From the news of finding out that this mass has appeared to when I'm in surgery for removing it via open heart surgery was the course of about 2 weeks. And to go from all of these things finally hitting on all cylinders, get to DC, welcome the birth of my second daughter. I'm in this incredible job, and then this news hitting. It was really, really tough. My heart was still in the military. You know, for me, I could have easily seen myself serving over 20 years. Based on where my health was at, I realized that it was probably time to think about the next chapter. My key criteria for a business school was, first of all, is it have a phenomenal support system for family? And Harvard Business School checked that block. And the veteran community here has been incredible. You're going through this incredibly challenging transition. It gives you confidence to enter the classroom, to think about where you fit into the next chapter. I've dove into this chapter with eyes wide open, full humility, that I wanted to learn everything that would possibly be taught to me. Hearing all my classmates who come from all walks of life has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my entire life. Their perspectives, their experiences. I've been introduced to elements of business that I had no idea even existed. And being here, being a part of my girls' lives, which missing the birth of one of them because I was on deployment, to now really being able to spend extra time walking them to school in the morning, debriefing their day after I pick them up. It's time to really just enjoy those singular moments. And it's so incredibly special. It was one of the best decisions of my life for sure.